All right, so before anything else, this is in favor of the sad passing of Kung Fu Panda 2 review. It was gone from my camera that was like on the verge of death. And, well, again, I was just so dumb not to realize that, yeah, I could have just been doing it on my phone this whole time, like the recent stuff for my videos for now. It's much easier that way. But forget about that. Let's just go on to hearing the legends of the Kung Fu Panda.
Going with the adventures of Kung Fu Panda Legends of Awesomeness, which aired on Nickelodeon. At the time, it was one of the best shows of all time.
No doubt about it.
Yep.
I'm like, yeah, even though, yes, I did see stuff like, of course, Penguins of Madagascar. It was one of those many rare shows that I did watch that was based on the movie. And usually I was like, not really kind of into those things, but I took a chance with Kung Fu Panda. And, well, it just changed everything for me.
Awesome.
Me too. And it's like one of my favorite shows at the time. Even though I didn't see the entire episodes of it, like every episode, but it's still part of my childhood. And a little bit of Monsters vs. Aliens show, even though it didn't last long, but I mean, what can you do?
I mean, yeah, again, addressing with DreamWorks, producing any of these, like, shows. Yeah, the one thing that they didn't produce at Nickelodeon, of course, was, of course, How to Train Your Dragon. That was in Cartoon Network.
Right.
I don't know why.
Yeah, go on.
I don't know why they produced it on Cartoon Network. What was the reason? But I'm kind of glad they did because it had like a lot of good feel to it. I guess the way the movie is, they decided to do it on Cartoon Network. But I'm kind of glad because even though I didn't watch the show entirely on Cartoon Network, but I do have one DVD of it. I wish I had the other DVDs. And yeah, the fact that you can see like new dragons, like one is called the Thunder Drum, which is a fat dragon that can bellow out sound waves. It's just pretty awesome.
Awesome. And going back with Kung Fu Panda Legends of Awesomeness, for me, I remember the setting where I first watched it. I was just moving in my new apartment in 2014, and while we were moving stuff in, I was just like binge watching Nickelodeon at the time. It was to go back to back with Kung Fu Panda Legends of Awesomeness and TMNT 2012.
Nice.
What about you guys? Do you guys remember the setting where you first watched it?
Yes, like basically like I watched Kung Fu Panda Legends of Awesomeness when I still lived in a city I used to live in before I moved to another town.
Okay, that's nice. And okay, yeah, one by
Oh,
one.
I do remember. Remember the
I was going to say one by one. Yeah, go on, Christian.
remember those pairing things? Like, because around when TMNT 2012 was so popular, they paired up certain characters like Michelangelo and Pixar and Mrs. Splinter with Master Shifu.
I do remember those, yeah. Yeah, those were nice. And just going back, and fresh the setting for you.
Oh yeah, I was just back at my old house and like, well, just seeing some new promos, some TV spots, and then I just started to just give it a watch.
Awesome. Yeah, but yeah, like one of the few episodes I think everybody's seen in this chat right now is like where we get to meet Tai Lung's nephew.
Not for me.
Yes, no, I'm not saying like for the first episode, but at least an episode that we all saw.
Oh, okay. Well, you said the few episodes because like
one of the few episodes I first saw, but I was like guaranteed that everybody saw this episode. Yeah, the appearance of Tai Lung's nephew.
Yep, and yeah, of course, because at the end of that episode, he mentioned Tai Lung, and then Poe was shocked because that was till then. Now there was shocking music.
Well, look, the point is like he now knows that Peng is Tai Lung's nephew.
Yeah, and there was a scene where Tai Lung came back, but it wasn't really Tai Lung; it was his Poe in the disguise and everything. And he does. I think he did apologize about like what happened with him and his uncle, but Did Ping ever, forgive him? I'm trying to remember that.
Well, I think he just like kind of like said. I think he said like screw everything. I'm out of here because like he just couldn't really take that. And yeah, disguising himself as Tai Lung, that's kind of a little bit messed up.
Because you're representing a dead person. That's you already know that's dead. But
Yeah.
let's go back.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Blitz. I mentioned that Po sent Tai Lung to the spirit realm.
I don't remember that.
Do or don't?
I do.
All right. Okay. Well, are we gonna like go or something?
Oh, I was waiting for the beep. If I
No, there's no beep. I'm like there's no beep on the when it comes to the phone, but I would just say say the word. So it's a sound. Well, yeah, we're on.
Okay, so yeah, that was one of the few episodes I did watch. Did you guys ever watch an episode where there was a red mantis?
No.
A little bit.
Yeah, remember a little bit from it. Like, yeah, there was like a rivalry with it because there was also a female mantis as well in that episode.
Ooh. Hubba.
Yep. There was also an episode where one of Master Shifu's masters, if I can remember correctly, he was a fox, and yeah, at first, everybody thought he was a good guy, but after finding out who he really was, he was just like a thief.
Yep.
And let's see, any episodes from you, Fresh?
All right. Well, the first one, of course, like I did start with the first episode. Scorpion Sting, like Tigress was kind of like on the verge of, kicking the buckets, like not be able to like do kung fu anymore from his sickness. So it's up to Monkey and Po in order to like get an orchid from of course this evil scorpion. And well, yeah, Monkey gets like hypnotized, brainwashed into killing Po, and it's up to Po to stop him. And yeah, I mean, like it's decent enough. And like, well, my favorite part, of course, was Mr. Ping as a clown and seeing children along with Tigress, and that puppet kissing part with Tigress. It was a little bit cute and hilarious and stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Have you ever watched the episode Good Croc, Bad Croc?
Wait a second. Isn't that the episode where they first mentioned Jung Sung Jai Kai Chow?
Can you describe the kind of animal he was?
Wasn't he some kind of? I think it was like, like what kind of animal was he again? I mean, like I do know, if I remember correctly, that it's focused around Po and Fung.
Yes, that's what I was talking about.
Yes, then that's the guy that they mentioned. Yes. And Po, he had such a hard time just to say the guy's name.
Yeah,
I mean, that sounds difficult to pronounce.
I did not mean to do that. But
sorry, go ahead.
But to answer your question, as soon as I bring it back up, let's see. Just keep going, and I'll tell you when I found it. Just to answer your question.
Okay. You ever seen the episode called "I'll Be Back"?
Is that the one where Wendy Malick makes a guest appearance?
Yes, and that kind of gave away the cast a little bit. Good job.
Wow, thanks
I'm
a lot.
sorry.
Genius.
I'm sorry. I was just remember that's the one.
But yes,
I do know which one. I was about to bring that up.
But yes, for the context for the audience that's watching this later on, Po learns that there have been many Furious Fives before the current one, and the most powerful member has always been very, very evil. And he seeks to find out who is the most powerful member right now. That's basically the context of that episode.
Yes.
And to answer your question, it says that junk here is something called a taken, if I'm pronouncing it right, like a TAKIN.
Okay. What kind of animal is that? I'm not even going to question it, but
I mean, it says it's also called a cattle chimus or guinea goats, or I don't even know.
Yeah, that's alright. I do remember one episode where Poe found these group of children and they pretended they were being attacked by one certain person, but finding out that these children were actually evil.
Oh.
I don't know.
I'll be right back.
Alright.
Okay.
So will I.
Alright, going to more episodes. So yeah. Hey, Christian, is there many more episodes that you remember from your side?
I do remember one. I'm not gonna reveal his voice actor because I did that by accident. There's this Warhog character because Poe accidentally destroyed the training simulator in the dojo. Poe did, and he had to go to the creator of it. And Warhog, it was like Shifu's old friend or something, but he was like a bad guy. And then he created this machine and tried to hurt Poe.
Tao Tai.
Yep.
Yeah, that's his name.
I said thank you.
God bless you all. Okay. Oh, okay. Alright. And now from hearing from you, Mastermind, is there any episode that you remember from your side?
I do remember the episode where, I do remember 2 episodes. Like, the first one I remember is the episode where Shifu met someone. He found someone who hasn't seen for a long time, and suddenly they switched bodies to make them think Shifu's the bad guy.
Oh, wait, I remember that episode. Yeah, good one.
Yep, and the other one I remember is, of course, the Ghost Zombies episode.
Ooh.
Yep. Plus, they even did a Thriller dance, too.
Wow. That's pretty dope.
I never seen this episode, but this episode, I didn't show this on Instagram to Blitz when I was talking at one point. Paul was out with this chick. They're eating Lady Tramp out, and then he just ate her head.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, what was that one character I was thinking about? Oh wait, first, do you remember this rhino character named Hundun?
Hundun.
Hundun? Oh, that's how you pronounce it, sorry. But have you seen the full episode?
Yeah, Rhino's Revenge, yes.
What you thought of it overall?
It's one of those typical lie reveal stories, but in the end, it's kind of satisfying because, well, of course, Hundun is all depressed because, yes, everybody just kind of he kind of lost everything ever since the Dragon Warrior defeated Tai Lung, and he's unaware that Poe is the Dragon Warrior himself, so he just tries to just cover up. Let me just be your friend, and I don't know the Dragon Warrior. What would you do with him? And then once he finds out, he just tries to kill him, and then Poe was I've done everything to just be your friend, and all you've done is blame me for your rotten life. And then he will just fight, and you know what your weakness is? You stink at friendship. And then boom. And yeah, that was, and another also whoopsie on Poe's part, accidentally telling the weaknesses to Hundun and just training him to do the Swirling's round kick. Yeah, it was a good one.
I don't know who mentioned this one. Have you ever seen the episode where there was a red fox named Mei Ling and revealed to be Shifu's ex?
Whoa.
No way.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. I'm I don't know why. Oh, wait, yeah, because, well, I was going to make a joke there, but, I mean, well, it's good to know how he used to be happy. Used to, yeah. Speaking about used to, even though this is a family situation, speaking of what's with Shifu, there was actually an episode where they introduced his father. Have you ever seen that one? No.
Yeah. Well, the actor that played him, I was pretty shocked about. I was oh, cool. But let's see here. Any other episodes from your guys' side?
Yeah. One of my personal favorite ones, Chain Reaction, focused around Poe and Tybris being chained together, trying to learn how to work together, and in order to protect the Ruby from the Croc Bandits. Yeah. There's some awkward stuff, which we will get into the characters section later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. And anything from you, Christian?
No,
All right, and you, Mastermind?
Oh, wait, I do. Paul's father actually turned the dojo into his noodle restaurant.
Oh, okay. Is that about it, or did you just watch it once or something?
That's it.
Oh, okay. And Mastermind, any more episodes from you?
Yeah, I do remember two more. Like, I do remember, like, there was the episode where, there was the bad guy, like, it was, like, I forgot his name, but he was a giant dragon, and he had a plan to, like, crush Shifu.
I remember that dragon. That was certainly an interesting episode.
I remember him too.
Yep. And also another episode I do remember, like, there was also the one where Shifu read some scrolls and he found one where he could brainwash people.
Wow.
Yeah, move his hand left, right, and then wiggle his fingers.
Oh,
Nice.
right. I think I seen that one, and Poe began to abuse that. It's about like, forget, and like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And after that, he had to like go through a chamber to get the reverse spell clay.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, he was like getting tortured to death, and he had to like grab the key, go back and forth to like grab keys and stuff.
Wonderful. And I think that's about most of the episodes we've watched. Again, we could talk about more, but again, we just watched the series like a few times here and there, but still one of the good ones from Nickelodeon. And now to the cast.
So before anything else, like the only two people that reprise their respective characters are, of course, Lucy Liu and James Hong for Viper and Master Pain, respectively. As everyone else, we're gonna get to some few surprises.
Yes. Now, Kung Fu Panda and Legends of Awesomeness, I gotta say their cast, when they were on point with the doubles of like, with celebrities and the voice actors, and this was a prime example of it.
Especially for the extremely talented and awesome Mick Wingert. I honestly did think that Jack Black reprised his role as Poe, but finding out that he is actually a voice substitute, not only just for Poe, but also like Slappy for like the second Goosebumps movie, Haunted Halloween or whatever it was called. And like it wasn't as good as the first one. Let's be honest.
He also played Jack Black's character from one Jumanji game.
Oh, right. Oh, Shelley. Like, yeah, Professor Shelley.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Mick Wingert. Yeah, again, this guy is incredible talent. Now let me tell you the story of how he actually got the role as Poe. Like, when they were doing like some casting for certain games or anything like that, and by God, this has to be one of the best men ever. James Arnold actually recommended Mick Wingert to voice Poe.
Wow.
Really?
How much more awesome could he be to do that?
Mm-hmm. Because with Mick Winger's voice, it's not really all that different from Jack Black's voice. But what's so cool is like when Kung Fu Panda 4 was coming out last year, they actually met for the first time last year.
Oh yes, I do remember.
Yep. But just like channeling like Jack Black, and he did awesome either ways. Like top notch, 1,000, 1 million.
Yep.
Then next one, Fresh. Would you like to talk about Tigress?
So yeah, Kari Walgren, like yes, she did awesome. I just kind of think that Tigress herself was kind of flanderized for the show, because let's be honest, when you look at the movies, like ever since like after the first one, she's kind of like tamed out to become more to be like Poe's friend, to connect with him and stuff like that. But in the show, she's kind of like the Raven of the show. Don't you think?
I see that. But yeah, again, Kari did really fantastic as Tigress, as I agree with your statement, nonetheless. Next one, Christian, would you like to talk about Master Shifu's voice actor for this one?
Of course, this was one of my judges to Fred Tatasciore, and yeah, I'd say he matched Justin Thomas' role pretty well, and the fact, it was pretty awesome for him to for the guys to choose him to play them. And speaking of Fred Tatasciore, because Blitz projected another voice for Master Splinter, and which is Fred Tatasciore, and just the team. Of course, it's just rodent noises, but it's still awesome they voiced it. And what's even more crazy and awesome that all three of us pretended for Fred Tatasciore as a voice actor on a character.
Alright, continuing what Christian said, yes. Again, when I was describing in the video, from the prediction video I made today, now technically all three of us are part of the Fred Tatasciore Club.
And yes, I remember something coincidental happened like this when I was taking a test back in school, and me and two other dudes apparently had the same freaking score.
Wow.
And I don't know if we were awarded with something or that, but that was nice. It was like, goddamn.
But yeah, again, from the video, I did say, hey, honestly, because by the looks of it, because the person that usually takes over for Jackie Chan would be James C. And speaking of James C., the next one is him, who voices Monkey in the show. Now, I gotta say, no offense to Jackie Chan, but it's mostly due, how many lines he had throughout the movies, but with James C., at least, he got more time to voice with Monkey. That's what I like.
I mean, it's true. But that's just what happens when you just waste somebody's talent. That's all it is. It's very stupid to do.
Exactly. Hey, it is what it is. I do like Monkey's funny moments, though. He's like one of the funniest ones out there.
Yep.
And let's see here. Oh yes, Amir Tilo, I believe that's how you say it. Who voices Crane in this one. Now this was my introduction to him. Again, as I said with the cast, it's almost on point with everyone. Like I say, he does it really good with David Cross, because other than voicing Crane, he also voices Skidmark and Tito from Turbo Fast.
Oh, nice.
I did not know that.
That's cool.
Let's see here. Max Crouch, if I'm saying that correctly.
There's no R. What the hell?
No, I'm just trying to pronounce it, but I guess this is one of my introductions to him, because another one is when he's one of the voices of Chester Cheetah.
I mean, that is cool to hear.
Let's see here. Let's see, any more ones? Oh, of course, Fresh, you want to explain some of John DiMaggio's roles here?
Fung. I mean, yeah. I mean, he's one of the more hilarious characters for him to play. And, let's see. Of course, his moments, of course, with Gary. I'm always calling him Gary, but it's actually Gary based on his species. So, you know. And, a little bit of a joke there. And, I just like him in general for his hilarity. Of course, John brings his A game.
And would you like to explain Mr. Dietrich?
Okay, DJ Bader. As Hoondoon again, he's just blaming Poe for, of course, ruining his life, or your life is ruined. And of course, a little bit of a hilarious part on his side was doing this Mojo Jojo thing where he just repeats things over and over again.
Let's see here. Yeah, as we were mentioning this episode from before, Pink, who's voiced by Danny Cooksey in this. Now, my first introduction to him was Kick Patowski.
I think it was OT grade.
Good one. And then the voice actor that took over for Tai Lung for that supposed episode, Andre Salaguso, I believe, I know he was in Brandy and Mr. Whiskers, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Yep. Good voice actor as well. And yeah, fun fact for any SpongeBob fans out there: although he was originally supposed to voice the gorilla in that one episode, he was actually in the suit.
Yeah, it's a little bit odd because I do remember like something else happened about that. Like, what, the voice actor dressing up in a costume? Because the last time I ever heard that was Roger Bumpus when he dressed up in the Baby Huey costume for the movie of the same name.
Yep. And let's see here, any other cast members? Oh yeah, I was gonna say that Dragon Mastermind mentioned earlier. Yeah, he was voiced by Alfred Molina.
Dang straight.
Let's see here. Anyone else from the cast that you remember?
Come on, let's be obvious. Come on, we can't forget about Kevin Michael Richardson as Tamatai.
Oh, that. Again, I've seen like a few, but yeah, explain from your side.
Okay, like he's just this bombastic, hammy, freaking water buffalo type, like whatever he is. Like he just always has his moments of just being like loud and just said to be just the world's most fierce kung fu fighter. Like his kung fu is so strong that he can tear an opponent in half without even touching him, according to Tigers.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, there's also let's see, Amy Hill, and yeah, in the episode "In with the Ode" where Poe was playing like mahjong with his dad and his two old friends. Amy Hill was Mrs. Gao, the old goat lady.
Nice. Let's see here. Yeah, what other ones were there?
Wallace Shawn, of course, as Tao Tai, the warthog dude.
Yes.
I was not known that was Wallace Shawn as a kid.
I'm like, how? I'm like, his voice is that recognizable. Is that, like, how could you...
Other ones from the cast, noticeably, is, yeah, some would be Jeff Bennett and Marissa Marsh.
Yeah, I do remember Jeff Bennett's character. Like, he was like this, some kind, like, his character with the big eyes. Like, my eyes aren't big. I have a very small brain.
Let's see here. Let's see, Maria Banford, Paul Rugg, not Rudd, Rugg. Let's see here.
Oh,
Jim
that's Ricky Swords voice actor.
Yes.
Jim Maximin, Gray Delisle, Lauren Tom,
Jim Cummings,
Stephen Root,
Arlie Ermey,
Nolan North.
Oh, Christopher McDonald. Wow.
Yeah. Let's see. April Winchell,
Paul Rubens.
Clancy Brown. Oh, Paul Rubens. Okay. David Keckner, Jim Ward, Kiwon Young, Kevin McDonald, Neil Ross,
Wayne Knight,
Rob Paulson, Suzanne Blakesley,
Gary Anthony Williams.
Yes. And there's pretty much more that comes to way, but again, very good cartoon from Nickelodeon, and yes, very good cast as well.
Agree.
All right. Okay, Fred, you could go first.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, of course, like with it being an action show, which I do enjoy the most when it comes to this type of genre. What's really cool is, of course, every time you keep on watching further episodes, you see the action getting much, like, bigger, cooler, much more epic to see, like in other shows like Nickelodeon Ninja Turtles and Teen Titans and everything like that. And overall, the show did manage to just be much more. If great, just as great, or even much more than the series as a whole, because enjoy seeing like some new characters, see what new adventures the cast go along with, and all that type of stuff.
Yep. And I totally agree with First's statement. Again, with everything that came to the show and like from the movies, again, I agree as well. 1,000.
Yes.
Is that about it? All right.
No.
Oh, sorry. On pay attention. Yeah. Kung Fu Panda Awesomeness is like one of the best Dreamweaver shows back in the day. I recommend give it a watch. It's free on Roku and Paramount Plus. Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yep.
100 out of 100.
Yeah.
And now we can go.